head.
Yeah. Red light, red
Yes.
bar. We're good to go.
We're good to go. Off with her head. Chop, chop. This can be like the guillotine. Off with your head.
Thank you.
Off with their heads. Okay, it's Scribble and Doodle Soup. Take 42. Action.
Yes, we're not going to discuss. Oh, wait, we are. We're going to discuss the fact that we recorded these yesterday, and it was off instead of on. So we're doing it again because we love to repeat ourselves.
Yes, sometimes the red light is not flashing.
Yeah, well, yeah, because the light is on, but no one is home.
Right, no one's home. So anyway,
so I'm just going to give you a fast little peek here, kind of fan this out.
Ooh, look at that fancy fan.
I know, isn't that pretty?
Yes.
All those colors.
Can we make fans? We should make fans.
Let's not.
Why not? There's lots of people that need to be fanning. Look at this. You could sit in public with all these fancy glittery things and be going like this. Okay, fine.
Carrying on. So this is Scribbles and Doodle Soup. I had to think about that. It is 10 new designs that, and in fact, you discussed this in the video, but we filmed it yesterday, so my memory's a little shaky about how you created some of these.
I did. I was traveling for 12 weeks in 2025, like consecutively, and I went from Ireland to Italy to Egypt, I think.
That sounds about right to me.
Something like that. No, I didn't know the Ireland trip wasn't all together. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It was 12 weeks, and I found myself on trains in Italy several times because I went to Venice, and it was like a 3.5-hour train ride, right? So I took the iPad. So several of these designs were drawn on the, what do they call it? The Red Bullet train.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a fast one. Super fast, yeah.
Cool.
In Italy. So that's kind of fun. And that's why the lines are a little wonky wiggly.
But that's good. That's the hand of the artist, as we like to say.
That's right. So
this is our introductory video for these. We're gonna show you some basics about them. I'll show you these because I always like to swatch them so that you get a little bit more of a sense. And of course I've swatched them with mica stains because I love the sparkle.
And this was the one print that I didn't show when I fanned through or flipped through my prints. This one somehow was off the table. And I think it kind of reminds me, the way I printed it this way, kind of reminds me of ribbon candy. But maybe that's because I'm just thinking about food.
Or it's that time of the year as we film this in early December of 25.
Yeah, so
let's go.
Anyway, I'm excited to show you these new designs.
Absolutely. Here we go. All right, so we have 10 stencils in the Scribble and Doodle Soup collection, and I'm just going to show them to you one at a time. I always like to work on a black tag. This is a number 12 tag, so I can see as much of the design as possible. And I use Tim's mica stains because they're shiny and I like them. So this is Circle Doodle. And then we have Field of Flowers. This is Floral Web, again, more shine. What is not to love? This is Climped, Knotted, Leafy Loops, Scribbles and Grids, Seeds of Life, Spiral Flora, and then the last one is Walk in the Woods.
So this is another fun, awesome, wonderful, exciting collection of stencil and mask designs. I think we only have one mask and the rest of them are stencils, perhaps. I don't know.
We've been playing with them for hours and I don't remember either.
So the prints that I made today to feature, just to show you the stencil designs, were created by a happy accident. So I tried to line up the second print over the first one because the paint wasn't dark enough. And I created this out of register effect, which I was like, wow, I really like that, right? So I've got a couple of different versions of the out of register effect that I think are a very cool way that you can use the same stencil over itself with a darker and lighter second print, and you don't have to worry about lining them up because they misalign on their own, except for I had one that lined up exactly perfectly, which was annoying because you can never do that when you want to. So this one has kind of got fall flair to it with the color pattern, and I love all the thin lines of the leaves and the tiny dots, and I thought that was fun. Then this one's pretty straightforward, just a bit of orange and fun klimpty circles, slightly out of register. This one is a unusual color combination for me. This one is a little bit of a closer lineup, but it's kind of a cool silvery gray and a gray on a grayish blue. So as much as I love bright colors, this is also fun. Then this is the one that actually lined up perfectly the second time, so I had to hit it with a third pass. But who doesn't love purple and red, right? So, and on this one, I do like the combo of the kind of the geometric grid and the scribbly marks. This one is fun. This is very Klimty. This is the leaves that he does, and this is the positive and the negative print together. So I've got the ghost print in the darker color, and then the first print in the lighter color. So you can play with that too. I think on this one, they're both stencil prints, but this one is a ghost print layered with a stencil print. So there's that duality that works nice as well. This one gets a little bit closer to out of register. So it's a little further out of register, I guess I would say, less lined up. And I am working from light to dark here. So the base color is light, then the first print is medium, and then the last one is dark. This one, I'm not sure about this one. I think I might have flipped this one because it doesn't look lined up at all. So I think I might have rotated it when I did the second print. It got rotated, but it is the same stencil over itself, which is also kind of cool. And I use translucent paint. And when you use translucent paint, you can see through it. So here you can see through the blue. You can see the green pattern underneath that, which is kind of interesting for layering. This one I really like. This is very out of register, but you can see both versions of the print. And here's the one that I want to demonstrate for you today. So this one, I like this mask. I guess this is a mask with a border. I like the tiny fine line detail in here. So this one is called Walk in the Woods.
Nope, that one's, I'm trying to find it.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I am. That's a really good question. I'm not sure.
I think she's not sure.
I know I'm not sure.
It's the first one you put down.
It is that. Oh, so then that is Walk in the Woods.
Yes. There we go. Walk in the woods.
Right, it is.
But I like this. Look at this tiny detail. Now, in order to get this tiny detail to print, you have to make sure you get good pressure down in those spaces. So you have to give a little bit more pressure in the fine laser cut details. But when you take the time to do that, you get these beautiful fine details. So this one was the first one I think that I made, and I was like, wow, I really like that. So let me show you how I did it. So we're working on our 9x12 Yasutomo sketch rice paper, which is my favorite paper for gel printing. We have a smooth side and a rough side of this paper, and we are going to be printing on the smooth side. So I'm starting out with turquoise green, and I'm just going to do a solid sheet of that color. And I like to work from light to dark, so this color is probably the lightest color you could get, just about, on the bottom. And it's it's kind of like turquoise, not exactly, somewhere between that and the sky blue that we like so much. There's so many blues that we like so much. Blue family.
Yep. And the more it leans toward green, the happier I am. I know
Right.
you lean more toward regular blues, and I definitely lean toward the greeny blues.
Yeah. Blue is definitely a favorite color. So there's a 9x12 gel plate and the 9x12 sheet of paper, which is nice because we're going to get a full print here. Well, assuming that you line it up properly with the gel plate. I mean, if you hang it over the edge on one side, then you... But most of the time, look at that. We get the full flood of color. Then... quick and easy way to get what's left on there. A little spritz of water, a little paper towel. Ooh, look, you could print that.
Yes, you could.
That could be cool. But
too bad. I
no,
was going to give you a piece of paper and you wiped it up.
that's another day. Okay, so I'm just cleaning this up. Normally I don't clean in between prints at all, but I don't want to get my super pale blue-green mixed in with my next color, which is going to be sort of a copper color. So I don't want to mix that with this because it would probably create mud. So we're going to grab another brayer here so we don't have to worry about cleaning off the brayer either. And we're going to go for the copper Although I think they call this something else. Bronze. We've had that discussion before. They call it bronze.
It's all in the interpretation.
Yes, it seems very yellow to be bronze to me, but that's okay. So a little bit more. Oh,
What you looking for?
the stencil.
Oh, bit of an oversight there, right?
Yes.
Let me help you with that.
Thanks. All right, so we're going to lay this out in a nice thin layer, not too much. We don't want the stencil to be slipping and sliding around. You want a nice thin layer of that color. And then the second color that I'm going to use is going to be darker because I'm working from light to dark. So the second color, which was here a minute ago. Oh, here it is. So this is going to be the burnt umber. So that'll be the second print. So here we go with Walk in the Woods. We're going to put that face down into the copper. We're going to take our prepared solid sheet of the bluish green and print. Now first I'm going to add the pressure with the Barren so I get good overall even pressure, and then I'm going to use my fingertips to figure out where those little thin lines are. I think they're over here somewhere. I think they're in multiple places. Yeah, I typically will lift it to look. So see here, I haven't gotten all that detail. So I'm going to use my fingertips in there to get look with that more of that detail. A little bit more pressure, more.
Ooh,
look at that fine detail.
Yep.
So here I don't have it. Just a matter of a little pressure. So before you just go and pull the print off the plate, you want to have a look because these stencils are cut with lasers so that we have this nice, tiny, thin detail, but you have to kind of press it a little bit more.
You got to work for it a little bit.
Yeah, so in here, you're not seeing a lot of it, but it's just get that paper down into those spaces. And now look at all that. Beautiful. So just a little check before you pull it up, also in between some of these other little leaves and things. All right, so, okay, so let's have a look there. I think I could get some more in here. Yep. So that's looking good. There's some little openings in these little viney leaves that I could spend more time getting. There we go, that's better. So, and that's what we love about this rice paper. It's very flexible. It's very malleable. It gets pressed down in those openings, no problem. You just have to put the pressure on it. It's great that way. Way more flexible than copy paper or something more rigid. So I think that's great. Look at that. Look at all that beautiful detail. So that's got a lot of nice fine lines. So we're going to now take this off and we can transfer it to another sheet. We hate to waste any paint. So before we just wipe it off, we'll just print it. Ooh, look at that.
That's pretty.
Yeah, that's the ghost print. That's nice. Now, typically I would print this over another prepared solid sheet of color. But this is also a great layer for another print. So you get basically 2 for 1. So now we have to come back with our misaligned last color. You know what? Look at what I did. This was a ghost print here.
Oh.
See? It's just a flip-flop now, but that's okay. All right, so, well, we might end up with something different entirely here.
You never know. And these are the kind of accidents, the mistakes, if you will, that happen as we go along, and they turn into sometimes some really wonderful things.
Oh, well, the whole concept of this misaligned
Right?
technique was a mistake. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do this on the fly, Barb. I'm gonna do the ghost print with this dark color, and we're gonna have a similar effect, but just in a different order, if you will. So here we go. We're gonna put this down again. Walk in the Woods, and then I'm gonna take the paint out of the negative spaces and leave myself with the ghost print that I'll layer over. Then we can decide which one we like better. Which you'll never get a unanimous decision on, will you?
Even with just 2 of us, probably not.
Probably not. So again, lots of pressure in all those little details. Ooh, look at that. That's a cool print.
Yeah.
So the idea here then is to get out a lot of the paint in the negative spaces so we have a really good ghost print. Wow, look at that. That is fun. Yep. So there is going to be a certain, I can see there's a certain amount of it in there. I'm going to grab this other one. I just am trying to get all the paint out of the openings so I'm left with a good ghost print. Okay, I think we're good. Okay. So now we're going to lift this up and we have that wet paint that was under the stencil as a ghost print, and now we're going to line it up with this and hopefully that it's sort of aligned but not really, right?
Just how off
Barb's
is
like,
your off register?
How off is your off register? We'll see. We'll find out.
Well, and this is on the fly, so you just never know what you're going to get.
Ooh, look at that.
Okay, that works.
Okay, that works. Wow. All right, so we get that. Ooh, that's, ooh. So we got two different versions of off register. Very cool. I like it.
Yep.
So what I did in here was the dark is the ghost print, whereas in this one, the medium is the ghost print and the dark was the outside stencil print. So we just flip-flopped the colors and we got two totally different effects with the same stencil and the same paint colors.
Versatility is the name of the game.
Yeah, and we got these. Yeah, in the process, we got these two cool prints that we can do something with in the process of making these. So how cool is that?
Yep, it's a good deal.
Awesome. So the new Scribbles and Doodles soup designs, how many are there? 10?
10.
10. Hope you have fun messing around with them on the gel plate or however you use stencils. And thanks for being here.
See you soon.
See you next week.